Hey guys, it's Salvaje and I'm back at it again with another Fortnite Save the World in-depth weapon review. I'm going to be reviewing the Hemlock assault rifle. And of course, if you guys want to use my supporter creator code Salvaje, I would highly appreciate it, guys. Please use my creator code. It helps me out a lot, specifically since I'm a small YouTuber. Okay, so Hemlock assault rifle. You can actually get this from Winter Llamas. It's part of the medieval weapon set. And of course, most importantly, you guys can also get the Hemlock assault rifle for free if you complete the third quest in the 14 days of Frost Night challenges that we got in this winter event. So definitely make sure that you guys get your hands on this Hemlock assault rifle, because that's the first thing that I want to talk about, right? This assault rifle specifically specializes at close range damage, and by damage I don't just mean low amounts of damage, I mean destructive amounts of damage. I mean, this thing literally melts everything in its path, and if you're able to combine this assault rifle with the right heroes like First Shot Rio, for example, you're just going to, again, melt everything that literally stands in front of you. Basic Husk, Husky Husk, Mist Monsters, this thing is amazing. Now, I actually didn't level up my schematic of the Hemlock assault rifle. I was able to review this weapon because one of you guys, a subscriber, gave me a Hemlock assault rifle with 3 legendary perks. And on top of all that, a random in Fortnite Save the World also gave me his Hemlock assault rifle, and I gave him my Basilisk pistol. Long story short, I was able to try out the Hemlock assault rifle with blue and green perks as well as 3 legendary perks. And for the most part, the performance between both of the Hemlock assault rifles was actually pretty good. When the weapon that had legendary perks was basically just performing outstandingly well. Like, again, just straight up melting anything that gets in its path. Even if I'm not using a hero like First Shot Rio, if I'm using someone like an Outlander, for example, I was still able to just drop massive amounts of damage. And of course, the Hemlock assault rifle that didn't have legendary perks, or wasn't even perked up correctly, honestly, was also still doing really well. What I'm trying to tell you guys is that this weapon, even if it's not perked up correctly, even if you don't have all of the perks leveled up all the way, it's a really destructive powerhouse. Like, you absolutely need to get this weapon. When it comes down to heroes like an Urban Assault Headhunter, for example, maybe you don't want to be running the weapon, since of course the weapons mostly specializes on the 3 to 5 tile range, and you most likely want to be using it within close ranges. But if you're using a ninja, or if you're using an Outlander, like a Reclaimer Outlander, where you're going to be going to the enemy spawn to be dropping the Teddy and the Shock Tower, for example, and you just want something that hits really hard at the close ranges, well, guess what? This assault rifle is basically going to do the job. And when it comes down to range effectiveness, like I said, within a 5 tile range, you can definitely dish out some pretty basic damage, some really great and consistent damage to basic Husk. If you want to, of course, take care of Husky Husk and Blasters, of course, you want to be within that 3 tile range. On top of all that, the Hemlock assault rifle is also very reliable at when it comes down to hipfire. Okay, the hipfire isn't all over the place, but at the same time, it's also kind of balanced, as if you don't really aim too well as you're hipfiring, you're just gonna miss a couple of bullets. Okay. Last but not least, recommended perks. You definitely want to be rocking critical rating and double critical damage on this bad boy with magazine size. In fact, one of the subscribers that gave me the Hemlock assault rifle with 3 legendary perks, he told me he was going to put reload speed. I absolutely told him to keep magazine size, because if you have a magazine size in legendary, this thing is going to have a lot of bullets. Okay, I don't know the exact amount of bullets, but it's going to have a ton of bullets that you can basically take advantage of. And of course, more bullets means more critical damage hits, which means the more targets that you're going to be melting right in front of you. I guess I should also address the elephant in the room, which is the Silent Specter, because this weapon has been compared a lot to the Silent Specter. Now, the Hemlock assault rifle, when it has magazine size on legendary, I believe it's going to have around 60 to 65 bullets in the magazine. And from my understanding, the Silent Specter has about 52 bullets in the magazine when it's, of course, all the way up to legendary. So in other words, you're going to be dishing out more damage with the Hemlock assault rifle, just because of course you have more bullets, and the more bullets that you have, the more critical damage you're going to put out, the more DPS that you're going to put out. On top of all that, the Hemlock assault rifle beats the Silent Specter by 1 tile. In other words, you like the Silent Specter, let's just say it's going to do consistent damage at 4 tiles, but the Hemlock assault rifle can do that same damage that the Silent Specter can provide within 5 tiles. Okay, I hope that sort of made sense. I'm not good with numbers, boys. As you guys know, these reviews aren't about numbers. It's just about how the weapon feels and how effective it is. Okay, so last but not least, I want to talk about the final quote-unquote special perk that this weapon can have, and that is that every time that you fire a shot, you get about 3.5% added to your shields. And yeah, for the most part, it can definitely be helpful. You know, having that extra 40k shield, for example, can definitely help out when it comes down to your survivability. But it's honestly something that I didn't really notice much that was sort of, I guess you could say, quote-unquote benefiting me. The last perk can definitely help you be a little bit more aggressive, however, because since you're going to have more max shield, that definitely means that you're going to be able to be in the front lines a little bit more. However, like I said, I just don't think it's something that is super crazily life-changing. Anyways, as you guys also saw in the gameplay example, sometimes like your shield is like at 145, for example, because of the last perk, but out of nowhere, it basically just drops to your regular shield without giving you any sort of warning. And this can sometimes basically punish you because you might think you might be at 80,000 shields, but all of a sudden it's at 56,000 shield. But for the most part, I definitely think that the last perk can definitely help you being a little bit more aggressive, specifically since this weapon, of course, you're most likely going to be using it a little bit closer to your opponents, and that max shield can definitely help you guys out. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, subscribe to join the Salvaje cartel, and stay tuned for my other medieval weapon reviews.